Welcome, welcome, welcome to my favorite night of the year, the Clara Lemlich Awards.
I am honored to be here with the other honorees and with all of you, my family, my friends, and the people that I don't know that I hope to know in the future. I've been very fortunate in this life. I had my mother, my aunt, and my two sisters who were just wonderful to me. I was the baby at one time. And guess what? I'm no longer the baby. I am the elder of the family. And I take that seriously. I'm very touched. I mean, this is one of my favorite museums in New York City, is the Museum of the City of New York. And to get this award, is just a wonderful, wonderful tribute to the people that have come before me and the people that will come after me. I believe very strongly in the young people because they're the ones that are going to change the things that are happening now that are, it's so hard to even think about what's happening right now, but we have to count on those young people because they're the ones that are going to make the change.
My name is Philomene Freed, and I would like to tell you where I come from, what motivated me most of my life. My parents were union people. My father was president of the Amalgamated Clothing Workers Union, and my mother was a labor organizer. For my sister and me, family life was much like many others, and we were not kept apart, but we were union kids. Later in my life, my interest led me to help create the New York Labor History Association that tells the stories of workers' lives and acts as a bridge to the future. I also worked for many years for the Jewish Labor Committee. Clara Lemlich was an activist, fighting all her life for the rights of working people. Her accomplishments were acknowledged by the establishment of the Clara Lemlich Awards, and it is an especially great honor for me to receive the award in her name.
I am the eldest granddaughter of a man who was born into slavery in the United States, in Virginia. He was taken away from his mother as a young child, which is something that is going on now, as you well know, and is a terrible situation. He was taken away from her, and when the emancipation was signed, he was told he could go back to his mother. Somehow, apparently, he knew where she was. He returned to her, and she didn't recognize him because, of course, he had grown in height. And he never left her. He identified himself, and he never left her. He brought her with him when he migrated to New York City. And I was very blessed in that I was able to go on to medical school and graduated from Howard University, one of the first colleges for medicine for the Black community. Of course, now everybody or anybody can attend. I continue to work in the field of medicine in my private office, and I hope to continue on for who knows how long. But we know that there is a disparity in the care of my people. They're not always getting the kind of medication, the kind of treatment that they should be getting. And my job is to, I feel, continue to do what I can to give them the opportunities that they need to survive. So I will hopefully continue to do that. I am very pleased and very grateful to have been honored for this award tonight, and I certainly hope that all of the other honorees will be able to continue their job. 93, I don't know how much longer, maybe to 100.
Thank you very much.
I started my activism fighting Robert Moses about Shakespeare in the Park. That was in 1959. And he wanted to go to the Shakespeare in the Park, and my husband and I always went to the Shakespeare in the Park because it was free. And we put up such a fight about it that it ended up with Free Shakespeare staying in the park. In 1965, I became a member of the community board. That was quite a while ago. And we organized a strange kind of coalition in the village. We got different people from different areas to get people from their area that were interested in fighting. And one of them was Jane Jacobs, and then there was Verna Small, Ruth Wittenberg, various others. And each one of us had our little group of people that we were working with. And if something came up, for instance, in the West Village in Jane Jacobs' territory, she would call the rest of us, and we would all go to the hearings. So that instead of having 2 or 3 people or 4 or 5 people at a hearing, there'd be 20, 25, 30 people at the hearing. And I think this is very important for people to understand, is that if you're just 2 or 3 people fighting something, you don't get very far. If you can hook up with other people that have similar views, or that have the same kind of actions, you can get public support, and you can actually do something with it.
But all of my life and all the different things I've done, the women in prison or people in prison, criminal justice, everything, I've been inspired by not only things I saw, but also by the advocates for their special interest and their passion for something who came to me, and I was able to then be their advocate within the government. So I remain, I guess, a political being. I think that I realized finally this past year, and Gail will say that's, I guess, silly, but I'm trying to write some of the stuff down, what I've done and what I did. And I'm writing about how I got to City Hall with John Lindsay. I mean, I came from the playground to John Lindsay. And how did I get to meet Robert Kennedy? I went from a Christmas party, which he had a meeting before he took the office of senator. He had a meeting with people that they recruited to do Christmas parties in different schools. And then he went to another meeting and he saw me, and he was very shy. And somebody said, I want you to meet another district leader. And because he had known my face, he said, this isn't a district leader, this is an old friend. And he kissed me. And I thought, he surely doesn't know who I am. But he did it again 3 weeks later. Anyway, as a result of that kiss, I became important. And I became the representative of all the peace movement and the liberal, and all the, we'll call them progressive now, then it was liberal people. And they listened to me. So writing this down, I decided finally when I was 87 years old, well, maybe I was smart. And I hope that Sasha and people like that will know early on that they are smart, that they should speak up, they shouldn't be intimidated by people. They'll know if they're thoughtful and they feel something very strongly, then you should push for it because there most likely is something wrong. I've had a wonderful life, I've enjoyed it very much. I hope that I can be 93 or however old, but whatever I've got, I've been grateful. Thank you so much.